Hello students, in this video we will studying the next theory, that is the theory of comparative cost advantages. Okay, so before we have studied about the absolute theory, so in this video we will study about the comparative cost advantages theory. Okay, so the theory of comparative cost advantage was developed by David Ricardo in the year 1817. Okay, the question may ask who developed the theory of comparative cost advantages. It was developed by David Ricardo in the year 1817. Okay. He started with less favorable situation, means he started this theory with the less favorable situation, means he says, means what happens if one country has the absolute cost advantage in the production of both the commodities, as well as the other country has the absolute disadvantage in the production of both of the commodities. Means favorable situation, he has said that what happens, means one country has the absolute cost advantage in both the commodities, other than what the second country has the disadvantages in the production of both the commodities, he has said. And at that time Adam Smith says that under such circumstances trade cannot take place. Okay, he has said what happens if one country has advantage and other country has disadvantage, but Adam Smith says that how this can happen, under these circumstances trade cannot takes place. So but Ricardo maintained that trade takes place between two countries because of comparative cost advantage. Comparative cost advantage. Through this, we'll study with an example that say suppose there is an efficient doctor. A doctor may be also very good in compounder. Okay, a doctor may be very good in compounder, in that he has the absolute advantage in both, but greater or comparative advantage in prescribing medicines than giving it. Hence therefore specializes in prescribing medicine than in giving it. Similarly, when you compare, an efficient lawyer may be good in typist, but his comparative advantage lies in legal professions, so he concentrate on his legal professions and appoints a typist, through the typist is less efficient than the lawyer himself. Okay, we'll understand through the one example. See, production of one unit of labor, there are two countries, one is Portugal and one more is India. Both are producing two commodities like wine and cloth. One labor in Portugal, wine is producing one labor 25 units, where cloth 20 units in Portugal, whereas in England one labor is producing of wine 10 units, cloth 15 units. So this above chart shows that Portugal, okay, Portugal has an absolute cost advantage in the production of both wine as well as cloth, whereas England has absolute cost disadvantage in the production of both of the commodities, but Portugal has comparative cost advantage in the production of wine and England in the production of cloth. Hence trade takes place because of comparative cost advantage. Okay, and one more, the important principle here is that he says nation should produce that only goods which it can make cheaper, but only those it can make cheapest, or in the case of singularly efficient country, it should not cease all productions simply because its labor cost are more expensive in every trade. It should rather than drop only those line in which it performs most expensive. Okay, it says and this is the same which I explained. Next, we'll understand through the production possibility of curve. So this is a diagram. OXS is of cloth and OY is of wine. So first we will discuss the possibility curve of England, where England is one labor is producing 10 units of wine, and whereas in cloth one labor is producing 15 units of cloth one labor. This is a possibility curve of England. So the possibility curve of Portugal says that one labor is producing wine of 25 units, whereas in cloth it is producing 20 units. So this possibility curve shows that Portugal has an absolute cost advantage in the production of wine and as well as cloth, and England has a absolute disadvantage in the production of both the commodities. But whereas Portugal has a comparative or relative advantage in the production of wine, whereas England has a similar advantage in the production of cloth. So such comparative cost difference is account of trade between the circumstances. So this is the same which I explained in this diagram. So there are certain criticisms faced by this theory. The first criticisms of this comparative theory is that it is based on only assumptions on constant of cost of production. Means this is not a very serious criticisms of the comparative cost theory, as the modern economics have explained it. When the cost of production is increasing, automatically the change of cost of production determines the comparative cost ratio. And another, this comparative theory is based on assumptions of no transportation cost, but it says that transportation cost plays a very important role in international trade, as they are to be incurred in movement of goods from one country to another country. These are the some criticisms faced by this theory. So this was about the comparative cost advantages theory.